I'll call this meeting to order. This is Town Council public hearing for Dead Horse Meadows annexation on February 20th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Do you need to, do we need to get Jeremy on the phone or anything? What's the plan?
Oh, yeah,
I
did he
had-
text you?
No, because I had asked him to let me know by 5:30 if I need to
Right.
pull in. So I have not heard from him. He didn't think he would have cell service.
Or Wi-Fi,
He did
yeah.
send me a list
yeah, I saw that.
of information, and like at his report, I'll be happy to take care of that.
Okay, do you want to take a roll call? Or do you need to?
I don't think we need to. We have a quorum.
We've established quorum.
There you go. I did take roll call on my
Okay,
thing.
got it.
So we have attached in your packet, we have the resolution which set the public hearing. We have a copy of the Dead Horse Meadows annexation petition. We have a copy of the Dead Horse Meadows annexation report. We have Dead Horse Meadows notice of public hearing documentation, and then also in your packet is the annexation hearing finding checklist, which I will complete as we complete this hearing.
Perfect.
So, Mr. Mayor, do you want to put probably the map
Yeah, let me find the
that's
map.
attached to, it's attached to the report
Okay,
as well. It's attached to a lot of those documents. There you go.
okay. Let's see, I would zoom in a little bit if well, I'll just leave it like that for the time being. This gives us the general area. I think maybe it would be best if we had Tyler come up and maybe just walk us through this a little bit. Do you agree,
I love that.
Monica? Do you agree? Okay.
Absolutely.
If you wouldn't mind coming to the podium, sir? Or whomever wants to.
And Marlo, if you would turn on the microphone when you get up there, please.
And just let me know if you need me to bring up
If you
any other
wanted to-
documents.
Bring up the GIS, it might show it better in relationship with things.
Okay.
So, the owner, Tyler Davis, is here with us tonight. So if you have any questions from him or myself concerning this annexation, we'd be glad to answer those. If you go down and get your Google background, right next, there you go.
This one?
Yep,
Is that what you want?
that'll
Okay.
work, yep. And then kind of zoom in there.
Sure.
So, the property we're looking at is right where your arrow is. Well, it says lot 53.
Mm-hmm.
Has a line running through it, but that isn't a lot line, that's a section line.
Oh, I see, okay.
So it's not really being divided. So, as per our petition, we would like to be part of the town. You can see the two red parallel lines going down Highway 26, that's the town boundary. We touch that town boundary, so we're abutting to the town boundary. And are looking to have town sewer and water. Mr. Davis is looking at some kind of both commercial, so we're looking at MRC here, both some commercial up front and townhouse style division in the back for housing.
Okay.
That's about as simple as this one gets. Can I answer some questions? or
How
do
many
you have
acres
some?
is it?
6.17.
You found it? Okay.
What is it?
6.17.
There you go. I was gonna say 6.17.
And the zoning around, is that all residential around? How is it zoned around your current MRC?
So, out in the county, I believe this, I'd
can
have-
overlay
you turn
the
the county
zoning.
on?
You can overlay
can
the
we?
zoning
That'd
on
be
that
great.
map.
I can?
You go
Yes.
down to this layer, the
Yep.
green papers,
I know somebody has their adjoining property.
Yep,
It's used,
you can add the zoning.
go hit that, and then go all the way down to Z,
or it's-
There you go.
click on the
You
zoning.
are so smart. That's
Dang,
awesome.
you guys.
Look, we're all learning.
So it's all
So the
similar.
green is rural,
Okay.
rural, that's
zone in the county,
Okay,
and the blue is a mixed use in the county, which is the county's commercial zone.
okay,
It's both residential and commercial,
okay.
the blue zone for the county.
So for
So this is
example,
similar.
neighbors, this particular one right here has residential in the back, and then they have a space where they can put some commercial up front next to the highway?
They do, and I think those are commercial cabins also, rentals up front.
Okay,
Oh, but they're single family, so to speak, cabins, they're not.
What's that?
They're single.
Yeah.
I know everybody
Okay.
in,
Yeah.
my kid's one of them.
I'm
Yeah, they're all,
I'm sure you're in
yeah,
the right
they're,
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those aren't large cabins. Those are
Right.
probably 800 square foot.
Yeah, they're
by the
little.
county's rules.
okay,
So
okay,
around it is more residential in Alpine Village subdivision. And to the west of it is a commercial area. Across the street has been expected to be commercial.
across the highway?
Across the highway.
Yep.
station, Highway 26. That's a better way to say that. Did I answer your question?
yes, thank you. I just wanted to see what the
Other-
surrounding was.
Other questions that the council has?
Are you thinking of commercial, and I won't hold you to this, or him to this, but are you thinking of commercial right off the highway and then
Yeah, on
townhomes more in the back?
front of it.
Okay,
I'll kind
Okay.
of split a couple of acres up front for commercial, as I recall,
Mhm.
kind of looking at it, and then the back part would be divided into residential units, mostly townhouse. You get the big power line going through there too, as you probably all recognize. I don't know whether you can see it on this. You could have got later was going.
I'll take the zoning off and
Yeah,
then,
it's kind of coming right through. Here it goes. Right here. This is the big power line.
oh, okay,
That's that big transmission line, 164 volts.
geez,
And so, that's how we get all
Yep.
of our power coming into Star Valley. We'll be building so that we're not underneath that, maybe some storage units or something like we've done in some of the other locations that are under that. Big, Lower Valley seems to be okay with that. Obviously, they don't want to see residences under those big lines.
okay.
Other than that, contours are flat. It's a good addition. You know that there's a sewer and water out in Highway 26 that the town owns. The mega well that you have is across the Highway 26 up in, right up in there. Seems like a natural addition to the town as we begin to add to the town of Alpine. You always wonder what's a natural addition, but you got to start somewhere to really get going. And we've started adding, like Targhee Place was one, and this is another, and I think others will come in, especially with the central sewer and water services that you allow, and capacity that you have available. I think you want commercial customers, so
that's definitely what we want.
at least I would expect that, and don't let me speak for
No, and I'll speak for myself. I've had many discussions, and Mr. Funk is here. He owns the property across the highway, as we
Right.
say. And yeah, the commercial up front is definitely what we want, what we need. I think this whole corridor going out towards Bananas, for a lack of a better term, it's well suited for commercial. So, and I think the town's going to grow out that way for sure. We'd love to get all of your neighbors in as well. So, yeah, I think it's a good fit in my opinion. So,
Other questions I can answer for council?
any idea of number of housing units?
Tyler, do you remember what we haven't locked anything down on total numbers. It was like 3 or 4 commercial style, and then I think it was in the probably 20s for residential units, somewhere in that neighborhood, 20 to 30.
20 units.
Yeah.
Those power lines aren't the best, but I guess you'll work with whatever you have to on that.
Yeah, you gotta deal with those workaround. Nobody can be like Teton Village and put them underground, so. Very
Man,
expensive.
I wish we would have done that a long time ago. Can't imagine what that project cost them.
That's $1 million a mile, as I remember,
Is that it?
something like that.
I would think
Wow.
it's more.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
It was, and it may be more than that now. That was 10 years ago that they
Yeah.
put that in.
Frank, you said that you knew all or most of the residences, some that were notified within the distance.
In the cabins.
He knows the
Oh,
people
it's,
that live in
it's their
cabins.
rent.
Oh, okay.
I know, yeah, I would assume they would have got,
I'm just curious if they had.
actually, my boss owns the adjacent property across from the medical supply place. He didn't say anything about getting a letter.
We didn't have any public feedback, did we? I didn't see anything in my packet. Okay.
I think he knows about it, but he didn't.
I don't think
Everybody
they
got a
notified
letter.
the Renters. They just notified.
Yeah,
Yes.
homeowners. I didn't realize they were renters.
Any idea of what type of commercial looking to put in?
No, Tyler, I think we're opening it up to see what happens. I don't think Mr. Davis is planning to put the commercial in himself in this case, but to have it available.
Okay. So you might
Either the
subdivide
land or
and
the
sell off the lots?
buildings.
Yeah, that's, I guess I don't know for sure. My intention's more on the housing stuff. I know that the commercial kind of leaving that open for now. I just don't know what is needed there.
Sure.
I think you have it and people will come.
Yeah,
Especially if you build it, they will come.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself since I don't think we're going to run over, but do you mind? Yeah, do you mind? Thanks. Nice to know who our neighbors are, I guess.
Tyler Davis. So I've lived in Wyoming 16, 17 years now. I've been up in Jackson, Teton County for 12 years. I've done a lot of housing projects up there. New to Alpine from development, my first meeting with you all. I've done some stuff in the county. Drove down to Kimmerer and went through that route, and it just seemed natural to come here and add to the town here, a lot closer than having to go all the way down to Kimmerer to ask for some things like that. And I saw that some of the stuff up there had already been annexed, so it just kind of made sense to me. I don't have exact what we're looking for, just made sense to have commercial on the highway. Didn't think anybody'd want to live right there on the highway.
Yeah.
Don't know what that commercial looks like, and then trying to get, I think, yeah, we don't have an exact drawing. We threw some stuff together, 20-something units. We had some single-family homes maybe in the back by the power lines, and maybe multifamily more in the middle, but still very early of what that looks like.
Right.
And what we can do. We are in the HOA as well, working through that piece of it.
Have you considered any live-work units?
Yes, I'm not leaning that way right now, but definitely an option that we've talked about.
That'd be nice to see some single family and some multifamily, just for me personally
Okay.
speaking. 'Cause it's rural and there's so many single family homes.
Yeah, there's some acreage around you, so. As far as the commercial, I'm sure you know about Alpine, but we're in dire need of restaurants,
Sure.
office buildings,
Space
Auto
for small
parts.
businesses.
yeah, any place for small businesses.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely,
like in
yeah.
dire need of those places. And Mr. Funk has a vision for what he wants to do across the street, so I recommend you get together with him and
For
you
sure.
guys can bounce ideas off.
Yeah, I think, restaurants would be great. Figuring that piece of it out would be perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there was the seller to us, or to me, yeah. And so, yeah, I think restaurants would be great, just trying to figure out what that looks like. And I've looked at a lot of other stuff in the
Yeah.
Alpine area. Yeah.
Like I said before, I think the town, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road, but town is heading out that way. A lot of the commercial space in town obviously is taken. That will eventually get redeveloped, but I see, like Councilman Dickerson said, auto parts store, things like that. You have everyone coming from 26, Idaho Falls, all those people, tourists, of course. So eventually, I think commercial will be successful there. So just putting in the right commercial, I'm sure.
Agreed. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't put the wrong one there, the wrong size and that stuff. So kind of making sure one chance here, don't mess it up on that commercial piece of it
Yeah,
for sure.
agreed. And what's your time frame for breaking ground, do you think?
I don't know exactly. Obviously going to have to work through the winter and what that looks like, getting through this process, getting through the HOA, best case spring of next year. But kind of working through that, plus economies and interest rates and all the normal stuff we're all dealing with. But yeah, spring of next year, summer of next year would be a
Be great.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we welcome you into the town for
Appreciate
sure,
it.
so hopefully this, this whole process goes smooth and
Awesome.
nothing comes up, but, yeah, we want more people hooked up to sewer and water, and
For sure.
annexation is the best way to accomplish that, in my
Awesome.
opinion, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any comments? Questions for anybody? For Mr. Sherbill?
I'd throw in the comment that Tyler, one of the reasons we sold to Tyler was to accelerate the development in that part of the town. And this guy, he's a good developer. He's a good guy to have around this town.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping for, so.
I hope so.
Yeah, we need housing, we need commercials, so, yeah, we're excited for you to come in, so,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, we'll, if there's no further comments, I guess we'll adjourn the,
Can I go over the hearing
Please.
requirements?
yes, we want to make sure we're
so-
dotting all the,
Yeah.
I's
just
and
so-
crossing the T's.
Just so everybody, we can determine that we have covered all this, so we don't have to do it again.
yeah,
So, Wyoming state statute requires that there's certain findings that happen during the hearing, and that all this information, that council feels like they're satisfied that they have this information. The annexation area needs to be for the protection of the health, safety, and welfare of the persons residing in the area and in the city or town. So that is for the property that's being proposed to be annexed, as well as for everybody already living within the town of Alpine. The urban development of the area sought to be annexed would constitute a natural, geographical, economical, and social part of the annexing city or town. The area sought to be annexed is a logical and feasible addition to the annexing city or town, and the extension of basic and other services customarily available to residents in the city or town shall, within reason, be available to the area proposed to be annexed. The area sought to be annexed is contiguous with or adjacent to annexing city or town, or the area is owned by the town. If the town does not own or operate its own electric utility, its governing body is prepared to issue one or more franchises as necessary to service the annexed area pursuant to state statute. The annexing town, not less than 20 business days prior to the public hearing, has sent by certified mail to all landowners and affected public utilities within the territory, and by first-class mail to any persons owning property that is within 300 feet of the territory proposed to be annexed, regardless of whether the property is inside or outside of the corporate limits of the annexing town, and regardless whether the city or town is exercising authority under WS 15-3202. And a summary of the proposed annexation was also sent. So then there's a couple other just details about it. So I can tell you that the notice was compliant. The rest is for you to decide.
Thank you, Monica.
you checked all the boxes, Monica?
Yeah. So if any of you have any questions, though, about those previous ones to the actual notification, the publishing of the documents according to state statute, that now would be the time to address them with the petitioner.
I think we've addressed them all. Don't you agree? Mr. Sanderson, do you think we've addressed them all?
I'm just trying to
I know, I was going through the list.
Yeah,
And I think it's a natural extension.
Yeah,
yeah,
That
yeah, we, already annexed the highway,
yeah. And,
so yes.
this obviously shows that, and hopefully eventually we have all of, their neighbors come in soon and so, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it sounds to me like we've checked all those boxes. All right. Do we have any further comments? Questions? While we've got them here, we might as well ask.
Tyler, I have one more question. Did you do any development in the area you said from Teton County? Anything that we can reference in the meantime?
So I did a project, with the county, 30 restricted workforce units.
Oh, wow,
Mission
okay,
Project on the
okay.
corner of Brazil and Linwood. We sold all of that last year, so that ended up being 34 total units, and then building 48 units right now for tax credit workforce low income housing project.
Wow.
Where's that?
It's right across the street from the fairgrounds.
Got it.
That'll be done in August.
That was a great question, and it brings up a topic that we have been bantering about a little bit is deed restriction in workforce housing. And I think in general, we want our nurses and teachers and all these people to have a place to live and work here in the area, but right now, you know, they've been priced out of the market. So that's very interesting that you have that on you for information. If you can help us with that, we'd really appreciate
Yeah, I
it.
think even outside of those projects, I've been in a lot of projects where I didn't have the money to build it, but I
Right.
designed it, get it through entitlements and sell it.
Okay.
So we've done that route, another 226 unit, apartments up there.
Wow.
Up there. So
Okay.
right where Cuddy's is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those look good.
Yeah.
You took
I
out the
got that
parking.
through entitlements, just didn't have.
Took
to
out the
build it,
parking.
So we sold it.
Oh, that's that
Property, so
big?
We manage those now
building,
too, so
yeah.
a lot of the restricted units, I think our property, we do all long-term rentals, no short-term
Right.
high-end stuff,
Okay.
all long-term, and probably manage 75 of those restricted units, and there's all the different restrictions and different rules, and some are old that aren't no longer in use, but still active, so, yeah. I mean,
So, just to clarify, you didn't actually, those were sold units, you held on to them and
So-
restricted them for
Sorry,
long-term
so
rental?
the one, the first one, the 30 units, so that actually, the county put the land in, did the
Right.
RFP. We won the RFP, built them, we sold them, I say we manage the HOA right now.
Okay.
I sold all 30 of the residential units, and then the county actually bought the 4 commercial units. So we just now manage the HOA.
Okay.
But the county put the deed restriction, I mean, that was kind of the deal, we get the land, they're all gonna be deed restricted prior to us breaking ground and all that, sorry.
Wow. Well, that's very interesting. Like I said, we might lean on you for information in the future, because that's something that I think we're very interested in getting more information on, so.
So you've worked closely with the housing fund? I know there's multiples up in Teton County.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've done a lot, and, we've been working on the day at RFP that kind of manage more of their new ones coming on.
Right.
So we probably manage and involve more than any of them. I'm also one of the true local developers up there that live there full time.
Yeah.
So it's been a big help. So yeah, I have a really good relationship with the housing authority.
That's
So
wonderful.
Did you guys do the ones near the brew pub, those?
That's the one, we're trying to get the management.
Gotcha.
contract there, group others. The first phase, are gonna be done in April, March.
Looks pretty close.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, they do.
That was the housing authority and a nonprofit donated to get them on the.
Nice, right on.
7 all affordable units.
Sweet, it's awesome.
Those are coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have come up pretty quick.
Yeah.
One day I drove by and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like
They
they framed it
appear-
all up and I was like,
Yeah, it's
whoa.
pretty-
Yeah, they look good.
That's
Thank you,
great. Well,
Tyler.
I'd love to get your contact information, or you can email me. I'll make sure you have that, okay. But yeah, I'd like to just kind of start the conversation and pick your brain, so.
Yeah, for sure. And I've got some other land here in Alpine that I've been sitting on waiting to gather the money to develop the teacher, so,
Right.
there's some other stuff here, like, just need to save up, sell some stuff, and juggle it to get it done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you'll be in contact with the HOA. I think that's a great source of local information, what they feel like they need. So, that's very positive.
That's great. Any other comments, questions? Well, appreciate you coming down and, yeah. Marlo, thanks for coming. And I think you're going to stick around, but
Marlo's stuck with us.
yeah, if there's no more further comment, I will adjourn this meeting. And then we'll take a break until the next meeting.
Please turn off your microphones.